Welcome back to Go Fraser Valley. Now, of course, eating healthy comes to the forefront of our minds at certain times of the year, but of course it's important to eat sensibly all year round. So today I'm joined by dietitian Sharon Fast to find out some simple ways that we can improve our diet. Sharon, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, no problem.
So diet, people get scared by that word because they think it's restriction. It's not, is it?
No, diet is what you eat. So it's not necessarily a restricted diet, it's just what you're consuming.
Now, what should we be consuming?
Well, variety is the key and moderation. So you want to include a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables, whole grains, cereals and breads, lean cuts of meat, fish and poultry, and then add those healthy fats in as well.
So if people wanted to improve their diet, let's say they're not there yet, what are some simple ways that they can sort of, without making a drastic change, get that nutrition into their body?
Well, I would say reduce the amount of processed packaged foods that you eat and then focus more on whole foods. So like I said before, the vegetables, the produce, the lean cuts of meat, fish and poultry, and the whole grains.
Now, what do you say to those people, though, that, it takes a lot to chop up some vegetables, chop up some fruit, wash it, the meat, whereas stuff is just so much easier to grab off a shelf? How can we get away from that?
Well, if you think about it, actually peeling a banana or grabbing an apple is not a hard thing to do. You don't necessarily have to chop it up, right? Even a handful of nuts, which gives you the healthy fat and fiber, is a really easy snack and something simple to do.
And how much should we be consuming? You say lots of fruits and vegetables, grains, lean cuts of meat, but how much in volume should we be actually consuming?
Well, the method that I like to promote is called the plate method.
Okay.
So it's based on a 9-inch dinner plate. You cut it in half. This is just a visual. Cut it in half. Half your plate should be full of non-starchy vegetables. Then the other half you cut in half, and this part is the lean cuts of meat, fish, and poultry. So that's a quarter. And then the other quarter is your carbs. So that's where you've got your bread, pasta, rice, your starchy vegetables, so things like potatoes, corns, and some of the things like turnips and parsnips. You have a serving of fruit and also a serving of milk. And that's just a really easy way to focus on keeping the portions smaller, like the carb portion, and increasing the produce portion.
Now, when it comes to produce, some people there's organic, there's not organic. Is there a benefit to either other than the price?
Well, people choose organic for a number of reasons. One, obviously it's more environmentally friendly, but it also is more expensive. Studies have shown that organic fruits and vegetables aren't necessarily more nutritious. So if you can't afford organic, you still are getting nutritious produce. The other reason that people might choose organic is because of the pesticide residue on them. And they've actually done research on which types of fruits and vegetables contain more residue, and they've come up with 2 lists. So the Dirty Dozen is a list of 12 fruits and vegetables that tend to have more residue left on them even after you've scrubbed them. And then the Clean 15 is a list that has that they've shown that even after you've cleaned them or whatever, there is very little residue. So those ones you can just buy conventionally.
Excellent. And if people want to get more information about eating healthy or anything, where can they visit?
Actually, Dietitians of Canada has a lot of good information on there, and even Government of Canada, like the Healthy Canada's Healthy Food Guide, those types of websites are great resources.
Excellent. Thanks so much for your time, Sharon.
You're welcome.
Stick around. Lots more to come on Go Fraser Valley.